Hello, I'm Bongo John here at Bongo John Studio. I'm here to kind of demonstrate a little bit about these electronic drums and my theories on how they work and how they don't work, or vice versa, however you look at it. I think a big part of electronic drums in that for live performance is that the biggest problem is amplification and having a proper sound live and not having those drums sit in the mix well. If there's not a big PA with subwoofers, then it kind of has to be a workaround. I have here some of these Harbinger 1000-watt amps. You can't see them in here, but they're not cranked right now, of course. I'm running the direct to my recorder. So I guess my point is I've been through many electronic drum kits, over 7 or 8 in my lifetime, and I've always found that the biggest issue is proper amplification in any other given room. Here it's fine, but to give it, and then there's the hybrid kit solution of having acoustic and electronic drums, which is great. I find that usually for myself, personal drumming, that I need to do all or none. There's all electronic or all acoustic. The hybrid kit I experimented with a couple weeks and couldn't quite get a feel for it. It's still a work in progress, to quote the late Neil Peart, all due respect. Nonetheless, so what I'm going to show you are just some basic patches on this Roland TD-17 V drum kit. So that's, just some noodling on the drums for you as far as playing kind of a half-time groove in 4/4 time, if you will. And so going on to the next patch, we're just going to step through a few of them. I'm going to kind of almost choose them at random. I'm going to go here. This is the Jazz Compact Combo Patch 3 factory kit. Now, what I found to my delight is that you can actually reprogram and save different variations in the first 50 patches. You're not limited to only copying and then changing it in a user program. To my delight. Well, there you go. that greatly opens up the door for 100 areas of patches where you can have sounds. So we have here Compact Jazz Combo. It's the thing about electronic drums and cymbals, right? That's another element that is it's the amplification and the cymbals, the symbolism therein. Whoa, hey, no bongo banter. But yeah, so cymbals are also very difficult to reproduce with electronic drums. It's just not the same. There's so many more intricate, infinite inharmonics, or not inharmonics, but harmonics of a cymbal that are so complex that to reproduce that with the pad, that's not bad for what it is, but it's not the same. But then it also boils down, well, what are you trying to do with electronic drums? Are you trying to recreate acoustic, or are you trying to do something more like this customized kit that I have here which is something I put together with samples off of an Ensoniq keyboard from years ago, saved the samples and loaded them in here. So we got so those are samples. I have that. So that, of course, is not trying to reproduce the sound of an acoustic kit. That's more, 80s sound effects fun. So, and, that all on its own isn't, an art form in the samples that you utilize for what you're playing. So I'm going to also load up some of the other that's not a factory kit, that was my kit. This, I'm just going to kind of go through a few more sounds, not to talk your ears off out there with my banter. I'm still getting familiarized with this new drum kit of the different patches, and that's always a good thing, is to, spend a day and run through all the patches and kind of get familiarized with what's already there as far as factory presets. Now, what's nice is that another feature that's nice is that you can control the volume. Play into the wee hours with headphones, which is nice. Another factor to consider is that even with the mesh heads, right, which are nice for the hands, the bass drum, I have found, on the kit, although well made and well designed, you have to take a different approach to playing it, because it doesn't have as much give as a regular sized bass drum head, because the head, I can't point down to it, but it's just much smaller, about 5 or 6 inches across, and that we're dealing with a very confined space. And what I've found, that if I play heel up with the bass drum, then I start to get some fatigue in my foot. So I have to kind of play a combination and be well aware of not tapping too hard with my kick drum pedal on the smaller pad, which does have some give to it. There is plenty, actually, but it's different feel. It's a different way of looking at it in the approach, and so you may experience with electronic kits, and that's still, I think, something that's being looked at as far as the design of kick drums, electronic kick drums, to reproduce the feel of an actual kick drum, which is still not quite there yet with a lot of the companies, so, in my opinion. So all right, so that's alternative rock, patch number 44. And then I'm going to do one. I like this one right here. This is out there, so it's That's cassette lo-fi compress. It has some odd compression filter. So there's some effects built into it. Overall, I'm very pleased with this Roland TD-17, mainly for studio purposes. So this one's called Super Filter. And then going right on to Rockin' Gate. So these patches, I said, yeah, they're 70-80% usable. If proper amplification and live performance, they could work well. The Shuffle Blues, I'm not sure about it, but yeah, that's everyone to each their own, right? Poetic license, as far as what people find interesting, how they can apply it. Just like with a palette of colors and painting a painting, there's no favorite color. It's all works in a given context of the full spectrum of your paint that you're working with. So we got the more cowbell. That's pretty clever. They built the cowbell into the hi-hat there. So we got some weird stuff. This is not one of my favorite patches, but I'll play it just for a moment. No. I mean, it could work though in the right context. So if something doesn't catch your ear in the moment, could catch your ear at a later point. Not error. So we have this one, Super Boom Layered. So there's a time and a place for all of it, right? And this is the time for me in space. Wait, hold on. Getting nebulous there. Bad jokes. Those are usually for the morning, but it depends on when you play this video, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you happen to be a drummer and you're looking for electronic kits,